Hello, you beautiful legends, and welcome to this short episode of Blunt Force Healing Podcast. This is episode number 660, not far from the magic number that some people find evil. It's just a number, and it's actually one of my favorite numbers. Number 6 is very cool, and 666 is even cooler. But let's skip this part. It will be a very short update because it's already an evening. I decided to do the update from Sauna. As we cleaned it up, it's nicely cleaned up. My wife did a great job here using new detergent that we bought specifically kind of designed for sauna. So everything was refreshed and is super clean. We decided to not go with the sauna in the evening and leave it as is because we were in the morning. For the first time we went for a proper morning session. We stayed for 3 hours and we were expecting that it will be quiet and we will get no one. Surprisingly, it was quite busy and we got multiple clients to the point that we actually had to wrap up and come back home to pick Julian from the soccer camp. Otherwise, we would probably stay for the rest of the day and keep, I would say, ripping the fruits of this beautiful business tree that the sauna is. Yeah, it's going very well, and today, outside of that session at the beach, we mostly focused on getting it back in shape because it was quite dirty, a lot of sand, because when we are standing on the beach, people, even if they try to, wipe their feet on the doormat, they will still get with the wet sand. And wet sand is very hard to get rid of, so you need to wait until it dries off and then you can swipe it. But other than that, as you can see the weather, well, you can probably hear and see the window. It's raining outside. The weather was beautiful for the first half of the day, and then it started being a bit choppy. That was pretty much our day. So the update is that one big thing that I did, in my opinion, and it's just how I feel. It's probably for many people it wouldn't be anything significant, but I was afraid to touch the sauna because I didn't build it, so I don't know how it works, and I'd rather not touch or unscrew anything that was already screwed in the first time because it's wood, and the more you unscrew it, it loses integrity. So it's better to leave it as is. But I had to fix the door because they were opening by themselves, especially when the sauna was a little bit upward. So the door were kind of falling, and they were okay at the top, but at the bottom they were shifted a little bit to the outside and a little bit towards the hinges, and I didn't know how to adjust those hinges because I couldn't find on YouTube or on Google that specific type of hinges or how to adjust them. So I reached out to the guy that built the sauna. I showed him what I'm talking about, and he said, listen, you need to take the board that is a frame on the side of the hinges off. So just unscrew it, it's fine, and you can adjust those hinges. So I was reluctant to do it, again for the same reasons that I mentioned before. But today, because we were having that rest in the evening or afternoon, I decided to go for it. I prepped all the necessary screwdrivers, Allen keys, whatever that I need to make that happen. And yeah, I unscrewed it. It wasn't as bad as I thought. The adjustment took about probably 15 to 20 minutes because I was testing it, the door. It's still not perfect, but they are closing fine. As you can see, they're just normally closing. They were very loose, so I had to also screw, kind of tighten the side of the door where the lock goes in, because it was kind of a little bit loose. And yeah, that adjustment went well. I screwed back the board into the sauna and everything went perfect. So as usual, I think we always overthink stuff and exaggerate what will happen, the black scenarios that are created in our heads, but eventually it's not as scary as it was before we did it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Tomorrow we go for a full day to Dublin. Well, we'll be probably around evening time back in Donegal. So tomorrow we are off with sauna. We won't be operating. We're going to the hospital for an appointment and probably something else. I don't recall what exactly, but we plan 2 things to do because of the long trip. And while we are in Dublin, we try to do always something extra on top of it to make it worth it. So that's pretty much it. The business is picking up. Apologies for the echo or reverb because I'm in the sauna, but I decided to do it slightly different than usual. I think I recorded maybe 1 or 2 episodes in the sauna. This is the 3rd one or 2nd. Anyway, thank you very much for being here. I appreciate your time. Every time you listen to me or watch the videos or read the blog. I hope you have a great rest of the day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are on the globe. Stay tuned and see you again tomorrow.